Barbara? I must have clicked the wrong button. Oh, looks okay. Bloody woman. Probably just popped to the loo.
Hi, James.
Oh, Barbara, there you are. Sorry.
No, sorry, I just dropped something on the floor. What was that you were saying just then? Something about a bloody woman?
Oh, no, I was just saying the bloody cleaning woman must have been fiddling with my laptop. I couldn't get a picture there for a moment.
Oh, I didn't know you had a cleaning woman.
Well, she's more of a handy woman, really. Pops in and does odd jobs for me.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, today, for example, she ran in and ran up some curtains.
I used to have a cat that did that sometimes.
Sorry?
Sorry. Anyway, the others should be joining us fairly soon. Ah, here's Rose now. Rose, love. Rose, you're still on mute. Rose, little button at the bottom of the screen.
I don't think she can hear you, Barbara. Rose! Rose, put your thing up!
Well, if she can't hear me, I don't think she'll be able to hear you, will she? Oh, Lord. Here's Barry and Sarah now. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Jim.
James.
What's wrong with Rose?
Oh, she's on mute and we can't get her to hear us.
Oh, you need to message her and let her know.
How do I do that?
Oh, Barry knows. Go on, Barry. Get on to Rose and tell her to unmute.
Sarah, how are you both?
Oh, yes, we're fine. Although I say that, but Barry's in a bit of a mood at the moment, just because the local paper printed a picture of me winning an award.
Oh.
How many others are we expecting?
Yes, technically, we both won an award from the local council for organising laptops for school children. But for some reason, the paper only wanted me in the picture.
I really can't get used to these things. Can you all hear me now?
Yes, Rose dear, but you don't need to shout.
Pardon?
You don't
need
to shout.
Rosie, turn the volume up on your laptop.
Pardon? I can't hear you.
Barry.
We're still waiting for Margaret, Brian, and who else? Oh, yes, Dorothy.
Dorothy?
Yes.
Really?
James, we agreed that everyone in the close should be able to join if they wanted.
Yes, I know, but Dorothy?
What's wrong with Dorothy?
There's nothing wrong with Dorothy.
Well, unless you count the fact she's got no personality and all the intellectual capacity of a cheese sandwich.
James!
I'm sorry, but if we're going to be discussing films, it might be helpful if everyone was at least capable of holding an intelligent discussion. I mean, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but I'm not that impressed with Rose being part of the group.
What are you saying about me?
Just that it's impressive that you want to be part of the group.
Impressive?
No, I don't mean impressive. What do I mean?
Oh, thank goodness. Margaret and Brian have both joined.
Ah, good evening, everyone.
Hello. Ding dong, Avon calling. Oh, have I come to the right house? Do I need to wipe my feet?
Hello, Brian. Hello, Margaret. Yes, this is the group. Well, all except Dorothy, who we're still waiting for.
Do we have to wait, Barbara? Barry and I have another meeting at 9 and it's quite important.
Oh, well, I think it'd only be polite. She did say she wanted to join the group. Shall we give her a few minutes more?
Yes.
Yes, that seems fair. I mean, I think everyone should be able to say what they made of the film.
I doubt Dorothy will even have managed to find the remote.
James!
Well, it took me a while to work out how to do it. We're not all as expert as you young people, you know.
I'm not sure many of us count as young people these days. Well, Barry, perhaps.
I assume we did all manage to see the film, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, couldn't we make a start anywhere, and then Dorothy can join in when she arrives?
I suppose so.
Yes, well, Barry and I certainly would like to finish by about 8:30.
I had to put Daddy to bed by 9.
I'd quite like to be in bed by then myself.
Oh my, what hectic lives you all lead. It's a wonder you all managed to watch the film.
Right, well, perhaps I should make a start then. I thought I might say a few words about the group first, if that's okay. Yeah, okay. Well, as you know, I had this idea because, well, I realised that although we all live in the same street, we've never really got to know each other. And I thought, well, what can we do about that? And I mean, well, there's nowhere around here we could all get together socially.
Not since the pub shut down.
Oh, Daddy never liked me going there anyway. It was always seemed to be full of queers.
Oh, Margaret, I don't think you can say that.
Why not? It's true.
Well, I think it's your choice of terminology, Margaret. Well, that and the fact that I fail to see what someone's sexual orientation has got to do with whether he's allowed to drink in a pub or not.
Well, pardon me for being politically incorrect, I'm sure.
There are always too many bloody foreigners in the pub as well.
Sorry?
Well, you know what I mean. It's the same with the rest of this estate. You're lucky if you hear English spoken around here these days.
I beg your pardon?
No, James is right. Even our daily help is a foreign woman. I mean, you can't seem to hire English staff these days.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Now, look, before World War III breaks out, perhaps we can leave the politics and get back to the group. As I was saying, I was trying to think of a way we could all get to know each other a bit better, and my sister suggested we form a book group. But I'm not really a big reader, and anyway, books take me ages to read. So I thought, what about a film group? We all watch the same film at the same time and then get together online to talk about it. And each month is a different person choosing the film and hosting the meeting. So here we are.
Well, I think it was a lovely idea, dear. I'm afraid I don't get out and about so much as I used to. So it's nice to be able to talk to you all.
Thank you, Rose.
Yes, well done, Barbara. Always good to encourage a bit of community spirit. And always good to talk to somebody about films.
Yes, Barry and I did actually start a book group locally, but no one could ever agree on my choice of books.
Well, Daddy and I don't really have time to read books. We tend to read magazines instead. Well, the ones with the puzzles in, you know.
So what did we all think of my first choice? Anyone?
Well, I can't say I really enjoyed it myself.
No? Why not?
Well, it was, I think you'd call it a rom-com, wasn't it?
A what?
A rom-com, you know, romantic comedy.
I thought it was part of a computer. I really can't get used to all this jargon.
Anyway, James, what's wrong with a lovely rom-com?
Well, it's just not my cup of tea, really. I mean, they're all nonsense, aren't they?
Well, it's true. They all do follow certain cliched tropes and use the same rather hackneyed meta-language, especially in their use of non-diegetic sound.
I'm sorry. I have absolutely no idea what you just said.
No.
Anyway, they're really just for girls, aren't they?
Well, I don't agree with you. Daddy and I like a good weepy.
I do think you're being unduly sexist there, James.
Yes. What's wrong with a bit of romance? Goodness knows we get little enough of this in real life.
And it's not real, though, is it?
What isn't? Romance?
Well, that too. It's pretty much an illusion in real life, but on film it's completely ridiculous. I mean, boy meets girl, usually in a completely unlikely situation. They both hate each other at the start, but you know they're going to get together at the end. And there's some sort of misunderstanding halfway through. And then both of them suddenly realise they're made for each other after all, and cue the soppy music and some slow motion stuff, and it all ends happily ever after.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yes, a tad dismissive, but I take your point.
Well, I'm quite happy with a bit of escapism. It at least is better than all the sex and violence we get nowadays.
Yes, I expect you get enough of that at home, don't you, Rose?
You can be as sarcastic as you like, but I'd much rather watch two people falling in love than hours of car chases and explosions interspersed with gratuitous nudity.
Well, that's my choice of movie for next time, knocked on the head then.
Oh, are you volunteering to host the next one then, James?
Yes, why not?
I can think of several reasons.
Oh, can we make it a Thursday, please? Only Barry and I have committee meetings on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I help out with the Samaritans on Wednesday evening.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Thursday's not good for me. Daddy has a chiropodist session during the afternoon. It always takes me all evening to calm him down.
Friday any good?
Any night's all right for me. It's not like I'm likely to be going anywhere.
Well, I suppose it's preferable to a weekend. Barry and I are always so busy at weekends.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with a Friday. Shall we say the 18th then?
Good for me.
And me.
Yes, I suppose so. Barry, can you put it on the calendar so I don't forget?
All right then, the 18th it is.
By the way, what happened to Dorothy? I thought she was meant to be part of the group.
I'm not sure. I'll contact her tomorrow and make sure she's all right. She may just have forgotten it was tonight.
So is that it then?
What do you mean?
Well, I thought we were going to talk about the film.
I thought we just did.
What, you saying it was just for girls, and Margaret saying it was lovely, and Rose preferring it to an action movie? It's not exactly cahiers de cinema, is it? I mean, what do we all think about the mise en scène, for instance?
I do wish you'd speak English.
Well, there didn't seem to be much else to say about it, really. And anyway, the idea was to get us all together to have a chat, not necessarily to discuss the film.
Really?
Well, it's certainly why I joined the group.
And me. Yeah, Daddy and I love to have a good gossip about you all.
Well, I suppose at least we get to see films we might not have chosen for ourselves.
Well, that's right. I think this could be a great success.
Well, I think I can promise you something quite different for next time.
Oh, I shudder to think.
Right then. Well, I think I'll end the meeting if that's okay with everyone.
If you wouldn't mind, only Barry and I will need this screen for a meeting at 9, and I shouldn't mind, only I'm chairing the meeting and our local MP has said he'll be there. So
Okay then. Lovely to see you all. We'll catch up on the 18th. Bye, everybody.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Good night.
Well, no, because they'll all be joining in soon. No, we really don't have time. We'll talk about it later. Later. I have to go. Oh, Rose, you're on mute again. Stupid old woman.
You really are the most obnoxious man, you know.
Look, I'm sorry, but if you're not used to this technology, perhaps you'd be better off not joining.
I've as much right to be in this group as you.
Yes, I suppose so. Oh, here's Barbara. Good evening, Barbara.
Hey, James. Oh, hello, Rose, love. You okay?
I was until this oaf started insulting me.
James, what have you been saying to poor Rose?
I merely pointed out, in the spirit of being helpful, that a lack of a modicum of technical ability might be impairing Rose's enjoyment of these meetings.
He called me a stupid old woman.
Oh, you heard that then. Mastered the volume control at least.
Pay no attention to him, Rose. Are we the first?
Oh, hang on, I think Brian's joining us.
Oh, evening, everyone.
Hi,
Hello,
Ryan.
Ryan.
James, what on earth was that we just watched?
Oh, did you not like it?
Well, if you're into a combination of sci-fi and softcore porn, I suppose it was a classic of its genre. And personally, I prefer something with at least a suggestion of a plot and a cast that can actually act. But maybe I'm being overly picky.
Yes, it was an unusual film, James.
I hated it.
Well, no surprise there. Well, I told you it'd be different from that romantic pap you had us watching last month.
Well, you're not wrong there. But to be fair, we did agree that everyone should be free to choose whatever film they wanted.
We also agreed that one of the main reasons for this group was to help us get to know each other and have a nice chat about things in general.
Well, personally, I think we all got to know a lot about James this evening, possibly more than we were hoping.
You see, that's where this group's not going to work if we all have to agree with you, Brian.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just...
Oh, hang on, incoming.
But I want to move the charity group to Sunday afternoon. I'm sorry, Barry, but if that upsets your weekend, you'll just have to declutter the loft on another day.
Ding dong! Avon calling!
I don't know about Avon calling. There's a bit of a ding-dong going on down the road there by the sound of it.
Oh, hello, everybody. Barry, do something useful for once and get me a drink. Sorry about that, Jim. Only Barry and I were just reorganising our calendar. Hi, Barb. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Rosie.
Hello.
Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Well, may I say, James, that was an inspired choice of film.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. It's nice to know I'm not alone in my taste.
No, I thought it was marvellous.
Really? You didn't feel it lacked substance, meaning, and any sense of purpose other than mindless gratification?
Good Lord, no, I really enjoyed it.
James, I have to give in to you. There really is no accounting for taste.
Can I just ask?
What?
Well, is it just me? Only I didn't really understand it at all.
There speaks the voice of sanity.
I just never expected it to be Margaret.
Mind you, I must admit I did watch most of it with my hands over my eyes. I'm glad Daddy had gone to bed. I don't know what he'd have made of it.
Yes, it was a bit violent in places.
Not to mention explicit. I didn't know where to look sometimes.
I doubt James had that problem.
Oh, but that scene with the two little children was sweet.
Sorry?
Where they were by the lake and the uncle tells them the truth about their father.
What?
Well, you must remember it. It was just after the mother dies in that boating accident.
Sarah, what exactly were you watching?
Oh, well, I can't remember the title. Barry found it. About the two children and the dog.
Shoot me down in flames if I've got this wrong here, Sarah, but I suspect you may not have been watching what the rest of us were watching.
Oh dear, no. The thing we saw was some lurid space adventure with added sex scenes.
Barry, did you check that title properly?
Oh, well, never mind. At least we can all have a nice catch-up.
Yes, those of us that are here anyway. I see Dorothy hasn't managed to join us again.
No, I think she must be forgetting to put it on her calendar.
Oh, I write mine in hours straight away. I really look forward to us all getting together for a chat. Gives me a bit of a break from watching telly with Daddy, actually. Not I resent that, you understand. We're very close, Daddy and me. Only he always wants to watch that car programme or one about the mafia, and I'm not really interested in that sort of thing.
Well, anyway, we've established that none of you appreciated my attempt to steer us away from self-indulgent romantic twaddle, so I suppose we might as well close the meeting here and now.
Oh, no, James. The idea is for us all to catch up on what we've all been doing since last time.
Oh, yes, so it is.
So, what have you all been doing? Brian?
Well,
apart from apparently watching the wrong film, Barry and I have started up a new local group for harassed single mothers.
Wow. Well, that's very enterprising of you.
Yes, we've called it the Mums Independent Liaison Forum. MILF for short.
Oh, you're not serious. Oh, please,
I
tell me
don't
you're not
understand.
serious.
I don't understand.
No, nor me.
I'm sorry, why does everyone find this so funny? Barry wanted to call it Manic Mum Day, which I think gives completely the wrong impression.
Oh, Sarah, I suggest you look up that acronym pretty quickly.
Oh, Barry, can you look up MILF for me, please?
Anyway, what about everyone else? Margaret?
Just the usual. Daddy and I don't get out much, really. Well, apart from our weekly trip to the doctors and the vet, of course.
No, hedging your bets with your father, eh?
Pardon?
Ignore him, Margaret, love. So you have pets then?
A pet? Singular. Fluffy.
What is it? A cat?
I'd guess a rabbit.
Or a mouse, maybe?
Python?
You have a python called Fluffy.
Yes, he's really friendly.
Good heavens. Where do you keep him? In the bath?
Oh no, he roams round the garden. He only really comes in for his tea, and even then not every day.
Goodness, Margaret, I think we all assumed it was a cat or a puppy or something.
Oh, no. Daddy's allergic to cat hair, though that's not much of a problem round our way. Can't actually remember the last time we saw a cat in our neighbourhood.
Yeah, funny that.
Anyway, moving on. What about...
Hang on. I do believe we have Dorothy appearing at the 11th hour.
Oh!
Good evening, Dorothy. Good of you to join us.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
We can't actually see much of you though, Dorothy.
No.
Yes, I know. I can't seem to get the camera at the right angle.
Have you thought of getting your brain at the right angle?
Well, it's a bit tricky here. We've only got the one computer and it doesn't move.
Well, never mind. We're glad you made it anyway. What do you think of James's choice of film?
I didn't actually watch the film. I couldn't find the email where you said what it was. So I watched Celebrity British Woodworker instead.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Not much point in you joining us in that case.
Oh, come on, James. You know this isn't only about the film.
Apparently so.
Well, it's very nice to be able to see some of you anyway.
Yes. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I thought it didn't start till 8 o'clock.
What? Oh, good Lord. Listen, everybody, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to go. Apparently my women's group is getting some really unusual online requests and I'm going to have to go and sort it out. Whose turn is it next month?
Well, I don't mind hosting next time if you like.
Oh, thank you, Margaret. That would be great.
According to my calendar, that would make it the 15th. Same sort of time.
Well, I'll have to get Barry to check my schedule, but I think we're okay.
Yeah, fine by me.
Well, I don't have a social life, as you know, so it's all right by me.
Yes, okay. Goodness knows what we were watching. Something with snakes in, probably.
Or one of the Monty Python films. Sorry, Margaret. Yes, all good for me.
Oh, are we finishing the meeting already?
Well, I think so, Dorothy. We'll catch up next month, eh?
All right. Well, nice to see you all.
Yes. Your hair looks nice, by the way.
Brian.
Sorry.
Well, if everyone's done, I'll say goodbye then.
Bye.
Bye.
James. Bye.
Hello, Rose. Is that you?
Yes, it's me, dear. Have I changed that much since last month, dear?
No, it's just I can't see you.
Oh, dear, you must have forgotten to press a button or something. I used to do that all the time.
I think it might actually be at your end.
No, I can see you as clear as day, dear.
Oh, well. At least we can have a chat before the others arrive. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Well, apart from the rash, obviously.
Oh, have you got a rash?
Yes, I've had it for years, of course, but it seems to be getting worse. Look.
Oh dear. Is it painful?
Not really painful, no. But this area seems a bit inflamed, don't you think?
Well, I can't. Sounds like you should get it checked out.
Yes, but may I just say you're looking very glamorous this evening, Margaret, dear.
Oh, I just thought I'd make a bit of an effort, as host of the evening.
Yes, I can't imagine the men making the same effort, though Brian's always nicely dressed.
Oh, yes. Yes, he is, isn't he? He's very trendy. Oh, just a mo. James is flashing me.
Oh, not an image I care to dwell upon.
Hi, James.
Good evening, ladies. Or ladies and blank screen.
Yes, I think Rose has got a problem with her camera.
Terrible thing, senility, isn't it?
I heard that. Do you mind?
So, how are you both this evening?
Oh, fine, thanks. Although Rose is feeling a bit poorly.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you're not.
Anyway, what have you two girlies been gossiping about?
We were just saying how smart Brian always looks.
Indeed, and a very handsome man too. If I were 30 years younger...
I doubt you'd get a look in there.
And why not? I was considered quite a beauty in my day.
Oh, no doubt. But between you and me, and Margaret, I suspect he may be a friend of Dorothy.
Well, we're all friends of Dorothy, aren't we?
Yes, I've known her for years.
No, not our Dorothy. Dorothy. You know, Wizard of Oz and all that.
Do you think he knows Judy Garland?
No, not the actual Wizard of Oz. Oh, good grief. How can I put this? He may be a shirt lifter, sausage jockey, backdoor bandit.
No, you've completely lost me.
Me too.
He plays for the other side.
Plays what? Cricket?
Well, it does look very sporty.
Oh, look, just forget it. Let's just say your chances of a remake of Brief Encounter with Brian are, to say the least, slender.
Oh.
Well, we weren't seriously thinking of asking him for a date, if that's what you mean. But I don't think there's anything wrong with a man taking an interest in his appearance.
Oh, no, I agree. Oh, look, here he is now. I'll ask him who he plays for.
I shouldn't do that if I were you, Margaret.
Why ever not?
Well, he might be embarrassed if you were asked about his personal life. Take it from one who knows.
No. All right, if you say so. Hello, Brian. We were just talking about you.
Oh, really? Well, I don't imagine that conversation lasted very long.
Well, we were just wondering.
So, Brian, did you manage to sit through the whole of that damn film?
Well, I did actually, yes. But it's a bit unfair on Margaret to dismiss her choice quite so bluntly.
Oh, come on. It was a children's cartoon.
It was an animated feature, yes. I thought it had some good stop-motion work in places, and though some of the twinning didn't really work for me.
It was about teddy bears.
Yes, weren't they cute?
They were quite sweet, I suppose.
Oh, here's Barbara. I bet she liked it.
Hi, everyone. Bottoms up.
Funny, we were just talking about that sort of thing before you arrived.
What?
Oh, never mind. Barbara, did you enjoy our little excursion to preschool film club?
Well, you know me. I never criticise anyone's choice of film. What's happened to Rose?
I think she's forgotten to turn her camera on.
Oh, thank heavens for that. I thought it was me. I was worried I might need new glasses.
Looks like you might have had a few glasses already, my dear.
Well, I may have had a couple of Prosecco's. To be honest, I did get a little bit bored about 10 minutes into the film.
Yeah, as long as that.
Look, can we all be a little more considerate about Margaret's feelings? She obviously loved the film.
What was that? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
We were just saying how you obviously loved the film.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's always been one of my favourites. And I've got all the bears. This one's Bubble.
Of course it is.
Oh, yes, remind me. Is he the one who saves the bears from the whirlpool, or the one who gets trapped in the magic forest?
No, silly. He's the one who rescues the unicorn when the pixies destroy the enchanted cottage.
Oh, right. I may have dozed off for a moment during that bit, sorry.
Oh, anyway, here's Dorothy. Let's see if she recognises Poggle.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Dorothy. What did you think?
Well, it's all right, I suppose, if you like that sort of thing.
There, Dorothy doesn't like cartoons either.
Oh, I don't mind cartoons, but there was an awful lot of singing in it.
I know. I've got the soundtrack CD. It's on practically all the time when Daddy and I go out in the car.
Oh, but it's just musicals. I can't stand musicals.
Oh.
What? Not any?
No, not really. I quite liked West Side Story.
Well, it's a great movie by any standards. It's technically superb, for one thing, and the cinematography is brilliant, too. All that vibrant use of colour and the way it's been edited to give it such dramatic punch. I mean...
Oh, and My Fair Lady, I quite enjoyed that, too.
Here's our last members, Sarah and Barry.
Oh, hello, everyone. Sorry we're a bit late. Barry's been tweaking his dongle and we lost track of time.
That'll happen when you're tweaking your dongle.
And there speaks an expert.
Anyway, I can't really say we enjoyed your movie, Maggie. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Although, to be honest, I don't think I was giving it my full attention. We've been trying to organise a petition to stop them developing the land behind the church, and I've had to field a shed load of calls about it.
Oh, that sounds highly commendable, Sarah. How many signatures have you got so far?
Well, to be frank, at the moment there's only myself and Barry, but it's early days. I must say I did think the vicar would show a little bit more interest, though.
Well, I'll certainly sign it, Sarah dear. Can you send me a copy?
Oh, it's all online, Rose. I'll WhatsApp you the URL.
Think my sound's going again. I couldn't understand a word of that. Sounded like you were asking what was up at the urinal.
Might as well have been by the sound of it.
Evita, I like that one.
Didn't anybody enjoy the film then?
Oh, it was okay of its time.
Well, there were some clever uses of cross-cutting and a couple of good Bezier transitions.
Oh.
It was very cute.
Oh, good, because as a special treat, I thought we could all have a lovely sing-along to the soundtrack CD.
Well, good heavens, is that the time?
Oh, sorry, Margaret. I've got another call I need to make.
Oh.
I'm not sure my voice is up to singing these days, dear. I get so breathless.
Barry, did you say you'd left the heating on in the summer house? I'd better go and see to it and make sure he does it properly. We don't want another repeat of Shrove Tuesday.
And Oklahoma.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well, it's just Dorothy, Barbara and me then.
Really sorry, Margaret. Who's doing next month, by the way?
Must be about your turn, old boy.
Oh, yes, no problem. Well, I should probably start thinking about it now then. Now, I've got a short list of about 13 I'll need to whittle down. What date are we thinking?
Mamma Mia!
You all right, Dorothy?
No, I was just saying I liked Mamma Mia.
19th, suit everyone?
Yes, whatever. I've got to run. Sorry. Barry,
Yes, 19th it is. See you all then.
Thanks, Brian. I must say I'm looking forward to looking at your choice. Goodbye
Right.
for now.
Well then, I'll leave you songbirds to it then. Bye-bye.
Shame they all had to go, isn't it? We could have done with a few male voices. Oh well, at least there's the three of us. Hang on, and I'll go and find the CD.
Margaret? Margaret? Oh dear, I must have pressed something. Perhaps if I do this.
Oh no, we seem to have lost Dorothy now. Well, Barbara, it looks like it's just going to be a duet. Barbara? Barbara? Barbara?
Oh, Lord, am I the first?
Evening, James. Great movie, don't you think?
Well, on a scale of 1 deadly dull to 10 sticking needles in my eyes, I'll have to be honest and say it went up to about 12.
What? You're joking.
No, Brian, a joke is when I say something funny and you laugh.
I mean, it's one of the greatest films ever made.
It was in a foreign language.
Yes, it's one of the classics of the emergent Uzbekistan cinema. It won the Golden Goat Award at the Tashkent Film Festival.
I don't speak Uzbekistani.
Uzbek, but it was actually in Meskitian. It's the language of the Turks who were deported from Uzbekistan after the Fergana massacre in '89.
I don't care if it was in Icelandic. I still don't speak the bloody language.
That's why you had the subtitles.
Listen, my old fruit, I don't want to watch a film and have to read at the same time. Isn't that why God invented books?
Yes, but...
And forgive my asking, because I know you may be a bit sensitive on the subject, but that young chap who appeared to be the main character.
Bahram? What about him?
Well, was he meant to be one of you lot?
What lot?
Well, that lot.
What, Meskitian? Yes, of course, that's the whole point.
No, you know what I mean.
What, a political activist? Well, I suppose of a sort.
Oh, for heaven's sake, do I have to spell it out?
Well, I'm afraid so, though not presumably in Meskitian.
It's just that he came across as a screaming...
Sorry, James, it looks like Rose is coming in. Hi, Rose, can you hear me okay?
Yes, of course, Brian. I'm not a complete dunderhead.
No, of course not. I really didn't mean to imply. It's just your screen's still blank.
Yes, I know. I'm just a little unpresentable at the moment, and I didn't want you all to see me in this state.
Oh, well, fair enough, I suppose.
Interesting choice of film.
Well, thanks. Well, I'm not sure it's James's cup of tea.
Gonna get Margaret.
Well, it wasn't mine either. But that doesn't mean to say I didn't find it interesting.
Well, that's great, Rose. It means we can have a good discussion for a change. What did you find about it that caught your interest?
Well, I was fascinated by the way it was done. I mean, I didn't think they made silent films still.
Exactly. Sorry?
I thought it was very brave of them to tell the story just in pictures. So many films nowadays are so wordy, and the actors mumble so much, and I can't always keep up with what they're saying.
It wasn't, I mean, they didn't...
She's forgotten to turn up the volume on the telly this time. I wish I'd thought of that now.
Dear, this is turning out to be quite the critical debate I'd anticipated. Oh, and now here's Margaret. I'm not holding out much hope of the intellectual level going up any.
Ding dong, Avon calling.
Hello, Margaret.
Aren't you forgetting something, old friend?
Sorry?
You haven't said hello to Poggle.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes. Hello, Poggle.
Oh, shoot me now.
Hello, Margaret dear. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks, Rose. Thank you for asking. But more to the point, how are you? How's the rash?
Fine, fine. I'm sure it's under control, thank you. The pills are making me a bit sleepy, though, so I might have to drop out of the meeting early. Oh, Brian, if I do have to leave early, can you put me down for next month's film show, please? I've got a film I particularly want you all to see.
Yes, of course. It sounds intriguing. Oh, here's Barbara.
Hi, everybody. Oh, have we lost Rose again?
No, dear, I'm still here, but I prefer to be incognito tonight.
Ah, a woman of mystery, eh?
Yes, dear, something like that.
Only mystery is why she bothers coming in the first place.
Oh, now, James, that's uncalled for.
I wonder whether we could talk about the film, if that's all right with everyone in the film club.
Well, I didn't understand what it was all about, I'm afraid, especially the bit where those two young men were being beaten up by the police. I mean, were they criminals or something? Only I don't remember anyone robbing a bank or anything.
Well, interesting you should say that, Margaret.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I mean, the whole point is that, in the eyes of the authorities, they were criminals of a sort.
Told you.
No, I agree with Margaret. I couldn't see why they should get beaten up, and it seemed odd coming straight after that scene with the two of them dancing to... Oh, hang on. I think I get it now.
That's what makes the film so remarkable. I mean, the authorities in Uzbekistan tried to ban it at the time for promoting activities that are still illegal over there.
And still disgusting over here.
Good heavens, Brian. Is that what it was all about, then? I must say that makes it even braver choice in my book, especially when we have at least one Neanderthal in the group.
That's no way to speak of poor Dorothy.
And thank God, here's Sarah and Barry.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Barb. Hi, Jim.
James.
Oh, and hi, Rose's blank screen.
Hello.
Am I the last? Sorry, I'm late. Only I decided last week to stand in the local elections, which means we've had to prepare thousands of leaflets and put them into envelopes to send to the constituents. And Barry's been helping me to get stuffed all afternoon.
A terrible job, but someone has to do it. Just glad he's married of me.
He's still hard at it. We're just going to put a big banner up outside the house, but Barry couldn't get it up.
Not surprised being married to you.
Married to your work there, Sarah, obviously. Well done, well done.
Oh, yes. Well, I must say, lovely film, Brian. Though a bit violent at times, but the main story was so sweet and romantic, wasn't it?
Yes, I thought so, but it's good to hear that others felt the same way.
Oh, yes. The girl who played the lead, I can't remember the characters' names, but she was so lovely. You even forgot she was foreign after a while.
Sorry, which character was that?
The main one, you know, the one with the long hair. In the purple top. Beautiful bone structure. She has that lovely dance with the chap.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think you might have missed the point there, Sarah. Bahram is a man. That's kind of the whole point, you see.
No. Don't be ridiculous, Brian. The two of them were having that steamy sex scene in the bathhouse. Don't you remember?
I think we all remember that bit, Sarah. But Brian's right. The thing is that they're both men.
Oh. Well, that's what Barry kept trying to say at the time, but he often gets things wrong. I mean, he tried to persuade me to watch a film called Train Spotting once, but after the first 20 minutes, there wasn't so much of a hint of even a railway station. Just a lot of illiterate druggies running around speaking some foreign language.
Always knew you were the voice of reason in this group, Sarah.
Perhaps I misjudged the mood of the group.
No, Brian, we're all free to pick what we want. That's the agreement. I just think your choice was maybe a bit left of field for some of us.
I still don't really understand what it was about. It probably wasn't helped by our telly. I think the sound must have been a bit wonky because I could not understand a word they were all saying.
Did the subtitles not help, Margaret?
The sub what?
The subtitles, Margaret. I mean, unless you happen to be fluent in Misketian.
Oh, I don't know, Brian. I don't think our telly box has those. We've still only got black and white at our house.
Surprised you even have electricity.
Let me get this right. James refused to read the subtitles. Margaret couldn't get the subtitles to work. Sarah completely misconstrued the gender roles. And Rose had the sound off.
Oh, where's Rose gone, by the way?
Ah, well, she did say she was tired and might leave the meeting early. She has volunteered to do next month, though.
Oh, that's good.
Be something ridiculously highbrow, I expect.
Well, nothing wrong with that, surely.
I don't go to the cinema to be lectured to. Had enough of that in college, thank you.
Oh, where did you go to college, James?
What? Oh, Oxford, as a matter of fact.
Really? Well, I never knew that about you, Jim.
James. Yes, I was there for 3 years, straight after leaving school. Long time ago now.
Ooh, what were you studying?
Well, I suppose you'd say it was an arts course.
Oh, I'm sorry, James. I may have misjudged you. Is it fine art or history of art or?
More practical.
Oh.
So, are you an actual professional artist then?
How interesting. Where can we see your work?
Let me see. You know the gallery next to the library in town?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I did the fascias on the chip shop next to that.
And on that bombshell, I think we probably need to wrap up the... Oh, no, hang on about. Here's the ever-punctual Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy. You're just in time, love. Brian was going to cut us all off.
Oh, sorry. I thought it started at 8 o'clock.
It's always been 7:30, Dorothy.
Has it? Sorry.
Anyway, you're just in time to tell us how much you hated the film. Everyone else has already said so after all.
Well, I have to admit, I didn't actually watch it.
Grief. You did get my emails with all the details, didn't you?
Well, I got an email, but I think it must have got garbled. I couldn't see where the title was mentioned, only a bit that said something like Syjax Ekmek.
Yes, Dorothy, that was the name of the film.
Really? Why would you call a film Syjax Ekmek?
Well, because... Never mind, Dorothy. I think I'm losing the will to live this evening.
Where's Rose, by the way?
Oh, she left early. Apparently she was feeling tired.
Yes, and I'll have to be going as well, I'm afraid. Barry has promised to help me sort out the central heating now that it's getting chillier in the evenings. I mean, it's been all right during the summer because it meant that Barry and I could have it off all day if we wanted.
Well, we'd better agree a date for the next one then. Brian, can you let Rose know?
Of course. 4 weeks from now is the 23rd by my calculation.
Yes, as far as I know, that's okay. Mind you, it's the night after the election, so depending on the results, I could be a trifle busy. I'll have to let you know.
I'm not doing anything that night.
Nor me.
Nor me. And I hate to break it to you, Sarah, my dear, but we could probably just about manage to struggle through without you if it came to it.
Well, we could, but it would be the first time we hadn't all been able to get together.
Some of us being more together than others, of course.
Oh dear, Sarah. I don't know whether we all hope you can make it, which would mean you hadn't won the election, or can't, which would mean you had.
Can you explain that again, Brian?
Oh, don't worry, Margaret. As long as the rest of us can do that date, I'll let Rose know. I must say, I'm looking forward to what she chooses. She's been very cryptic about it.
Well, I better be going. Sorry. Once we've sorted the heating, we're planning to repaper the study, and Barry will be waiting for me to be starting stripping off. So see you next time, or not, as the case may be.
Yes, good luck, Sarah.
Oh,
Good night.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Rose is all right to do next month, is she?
Oh, I think so.
Oh, okay. I suppose if she's said she'll do it.
Well, I'll double check when I contact her. I'm sure it would be fine. Okay, so that's it then. I'll say goodbye to you all.
Well,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh. Oh, I thought you were going to be Rose.
Oh, don't tell me she's not here. She's supposed to be hosting, for God's sake. Honestly, the old bat gets more and more batty every month.
Come on, James. She's probably just been delayed. Have a little patience. I know it's not usually your strong suit.
Now, Barbara, that's unfair, especially in view of past experience.
good evening, Barb. Oh, is it just you and Jim?
James!
No Rose yet?
No, apparently not.
She'll be late for her own funeral, that one.
Oh, that's a shame. I wanted so much to tell her how much we enjoyed the film.
Yes! Wasn't it wonderful? What did you think, James?
Well, I hate to say so, but even I enjoyed it this month.
Goodness! Don't say we're all agreed for once.
Well, let's wait and see what Dillis Powell made of it, eh?
Who?
Mr. I am an intellectual film critic. Brian.
Who's Dillis Powell?
Never mind. I bet he finds something to criticise. He generally does. If it's not a black and white Icelandic masterpiece with Danish subtitles.
A little harsh, I feel.
But funny, and not that far from the truth, if we're honest.
Ding dong, Avon calling. Oh, where's Rose?
Well, we're not sure. We think she may have been held up.
Oh no! What, by a gunman?
Yeah, more like by scaffolding, if you ask me.
Well, thank goodness no one did, James. No, Margaret, just delayed by something.
Oh,
I'm sure she'll be here soon.
oh, good, because I really want to tell her how much Daddy and I enjoyed the film. Actually, it's been one of Daddy's favourites, apparently, but I haven't seen it before.
No, I hadn't. I gather it's something of a classic of its period.
Oh, yes. She won an Oscar for that role, you know. So powerful and so gorgeous.
And so beautiful.
Did you like it, James?
Well, I have to admit that I found it quite moving. I mean, there were no car chases, no explosions, no nudity, no gore. None of the things I usually go for in a movie, but actually, I really loved it. Here he comes. Hello, old fruit. I'm sure you're about to tell us exactly why we shouldn't have enjoyed the film.
Sorry? Why would I do that?
Well, let's think now. Could it be because that's what you usually do?
That's not true, James.
Actually, I loved it.
Goodness.
Oh.
Oh, isn't it lovely when we all agree, isn't it? Isn't it?
Somewhat unusual.
Oh, where is the lady of the hour?
Nobody seems to be sure. Perhaps she decided to have a doze and forgot to set her alarm.
Oh, while we're waiting, Sarah, love, how did you do in the elections?
Oh, dear. Bloody electorate. There were only 3 votes in it in the end, so the other candidates have insisted on a recount. Ridiculous, if you ask me. We shan't know until later, apparently.
Oh, that's a shame for you, Sarah. Better luck next time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Maggie, but it's clearly an administrative error. Obviously, I will have got the majority of the votes. It's just that incompetent lot on the count. What do you call them?
People?
I'm sure some of them are functionally innumerate.
They told me at school that I was innumerate. Think it was that. I've never been very good with words.
Actually, Barry, can you go and see if there's any news from the town hall? Would you do that?
Comes to something when even Dorothy arrives before the host. Evening, Dorothy.
Hello, everyone. You've all heard, I suppose.
Yes, I've just told them, but it's gone to a recount, so I'm still optimistic.
Sorry, Sarah. I mean about Rose.
What about Rose?
I'm afraid she's left us.
Yeah, knew the old crone wouldn't stick with the group for long.
She died, James.
What?
Oh, no.
You sure you haven't got that wrong, Dorothy?
You do all know she'd been ill for years, don't you?
Don't really know much about her at all, to be honest.
She did say the other month she had a bit of a rash.
She had something called sarcoidosis.
Good heavens, what's that?
Never heard of it.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's not very common. As far as I know, it means you develop swollen lumps of tissue in the organs of your body, usually in the lungs and on the skin. No one seems to know why it happens or what causes it, and it's usually treatable. But with some people, it can cause organ failure.
And that's what's happened to poor Rose?
It seems so. It often affects women more than men.
Bloody chauvinistic disease.
Was this a sudden thing, or?
Oh, no, she had it for years.
She never told us.
Well, why would she? I mean, we've not exactly shared the secrets of our personal lives with each other for these past few months, have we?
Well, I know.
It's such a shame, though. I might have been able to organise some sort of support for her through my contacts.
She wouldn't have wanted that. She was quite a private person, really. Well, in her latter years, anyway. I think she was glad to get away from the limelight.
What limelight?
That's really sad news, Dorothy.
It is. She was such a lovely lady. Oh, we never got a chance to say goodbye.
But at least you've seen her.
Well, not recently, not in the flesh, so to speak.
No, the past 2 meetings she seemed incapable of even turning the camera on.
Or maybe she chose not to, James. If she was feeling unwell.
No, she was very self-conscious about her rash, I remember.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, you watched her film, didn't you?
We did indeed.
Yes, and for once we all actually liked it.
Yes, it's rather ironic, really. The one film we're all agreed about, and poor Rose isn't here, so we can congratulate her on her choice.
You do know she was in the film, don't you?
What?
No.
Well, how wonderful. Was she one of the extras, or did she have a speaking part?
Oh, for goodness sake, she was Laura.
Which one was she?
My good Lord, the leading lady?
Duh, yes.
Well, wasn't that someone called Mabel something or other?
Mabel Underwood. It was her stage name.
Bloody hell! I didn't recognise her.
Well, it was a long time ago.
So, when did she take up acting?
I think it was just after the war, when she left Bletchley.
Bletchley?
Bletchley Park.
The code breaker's place?
That's the one.
Well, what on earth was she doing there?
What everyone else was doing, breaking codes.
It's a miracle we won the war.
James!
Well, you couldn't exactly say she was a technical wizard, could you?
Maybe not in her later years, but apparently at the time she was something of a boffin. She was one of the team that cracked the German Lorenz ciphers, for instance.
So how did she become a film star?
I think she did some acting at Bletchley Park for their Amdram group, and then got involved in making training films. And I suppose someone spotted her. She was quite a striking woman after all.
She certainly was.
What I don't understand is why none of us knew any of this.
Well, as I say, she was quite a private person once she gave up acting. I think all the publicity got to her in the end, and she just wanted a quiet life. You probably know she lived on her own for years. She never got married, had no family. Well, that's why she liked these meetings. They gave her a chance to get to know you all and to talk to people who weren't overawed by her previous celebrity.
Who? Fancy us having an Oscar winner in the group.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
I just wish I'd had the chance to talk to her more about her movie career. I mean, she must have had some fascinating tales to tell.
I bet she did. Oh, isn't it sad how we all make assumptions about people without really knowing who they are or who they've been?
Yes, I suppose so, although I generally find that my first impressions of people are pretty accurate.
Really? Huh. Well, come on then. What were your first impressions of all of us?
What? You really want to know? Mary, will you stop waving your arms around like that? You look like you haven't quite mastered the Macarena.
Yes, come on, Sarah. In the interests of transparency, give us a rundown on the group.
Only don't be too rude, because Daddy likes listening in from the next room.
Well, if you all insist, let's start with Jim.
James!
Jim, we now know, is a painter and decorator, and I suspect is secretly gay.
What?
Oh, come on, Jim. All that bigoted, homophobic bluster has to be a smokescreen.
Or it might just be honest-to-goodness bigoted homophobic bluster.
Brian likes to make out that he's a bit of an intellectual loner, but I reckon he's just a normal family man who happens to have read a lot. I wouldn't be surprised to find out if he has a wife and 4 children hidden away somewhere.
I would.
Ah, me too.
Believe me, no one would be more surprised than me.
Barbara. Now, I don't like to be too personal, Barb, dear, but I suspect your drink problem is probably the result of your desperate need for friendship. It's probably why you started up the group in the first place. And Maggie. What can I say? Clearly a devoted daughter, selflessly sacrificing her yearning for power in order to care for her father, who no doubt has mental health issues, and longing for the day when she can assert her own repressed sexuality.
Eh?
I was thinking of the python, dear.
Well, congratulations, Sarah. I think you've managed to alienate pretty much everyone in the group. If you're like this when you're canvassing, it's a wonder the vote was as close as it was.
Well, Brian, as I always tell my constituents, the truth can sometimes be hard to take.
Not sure you'd recognise the truth if it bit your bum. That's if you could persuade you to do so in the first place, which I doubt.
Now, there's no need to be offensive, I'm sure, Jim.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's James, you odious, self-satisfied, middle-class bitch.
Oops. Seem to have lost him there. Wonder why.
I'm not sure that really counts as a loss, Barb.
Listen, Sarah, he might be a sexist, ragist, ageist and everything else-ist old goat, but he is as much part of the group as everyone else.
Ah, you see, that's where democracy and I part company, Barb.
Yes, well, what with tonight's sad news and everything, I think I'm going to be parting company for tonight as well.
Oh, Barb, just remember, if you feel the need to reach for that bottle, you can always contact me.
Oh, sod off, Sarah.
I didn't really follow all that. What were you saying about Fluffy?
Well, only that it's clearly some sort of surrogate.
What about Harrogate?
Oh, Maggie dear, you need to attend one of my little talks about empowerment.
Oh, no. Daddy and I are quite happy with our electricity supplier, thank you.
Oh, for goodness sake, you ignorant little woman, has that monster of a father of yours completely scrambled your brain?
Want to have one last go at driving us all away, Sarah? Only me and Dorothy to go. Come on, you can do it.
Oh, don't be absurd, Brian. I can't be blamed if some people are oversensitive. If there's one thing local politics has taught me, it's that you can't have too thick a skin.
Well, no one could accuse you of oversensitivity, Sarah.
I don't believe this. Poor Rose has only been gone 5 minutes and all you lot can do is tear each other's throats out.
No, you're right, Dorothy. Sorry. Look, let's call it a night, shall we? Maybe we'll all feel differently next month.
Well, that would certainly suit me. I have 1,001 things to do here.
Oh, we didn't decide who was hosting next time.
Oh, well, I'm afraid it won't be me. Once this election business has been sorted out, I shall be far too busy to think about films.
Dorothy?
Oh yes, all right then. No idea what to choose, but happy to give it a go.
Okay, let's agree on the 20th, and I'll let the others know.
Well, I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to make it, obviously, but I suppose I can put it on the calendar anyway.
All right, I'll see you all then.
Thanks, Dorothy. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
I'm no expert, but I'm guessing that's you, Dorothy.
It's me. Hello, Brian. Can you see me better this time?
Well, I can see slightly more of you, certainly. I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure it's an improvement.
It suddenly occurred to me that if the camera wouldn't move, maybe I could sit on a higher chair. So I piled up some old encyclopedias and put a cushion on the top.
Just a suggestion, but maybe just use the volumes from A to L next time.
Oh, hi, Dorothy. Hi, Brian. Oh, Dorothy, that's an interesting new look for you.
Thank you. I thought it'd be an improvement.
Well, I suppose we're getting to know you in instalments at least.
Do we know who else is joining us tonight? I suspect we may have lost one or two members after last month's debacle.
Well, Margaret won't be here for one. Apparently her father has forbidden her to take part anymore after last time. And I wouldn't put money on James appearing either.
A shame in a way. I always enjoy locking horns with the old curmudgeon, even if he is a complete moral and emotional bankrupt.
Yes, mind you, he wasn't always like that. I suppose I blame myself.
Sorry? Why on earth would you blame yourself?
Well, I think he kind of withdrew into himself after we separated.
Sorry?
After I left him.
You and James were a couple?
Oh, didn't you know? Sorry, yes, married 12 years.
We really didn't know each other in the group, did we?
So what happened?
Long story, but I sort of had a couple of teensy-winsy affairs.
Again, I'm no expert, but isn't that like being a teensy-weensy bit pregnant?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. The first few times, James was actually quite understanding about it, but by about the 4th or 5th, I forget which now, it got to the point where he couldn't take it anymore, and so we divorced. Must be about 3 years now.
Goodness me. But you're obviously still on reasonably good terms. I mean, he has been attending the group up until now.
Oh, I think we're both over it now. Although, as I say, he has withdrawn into himself a lot. He's told me he's completely sworn off women for good.
Well, some might say that was to the advantage of womankind. Sorry, Barbara, that was extremely bitchy.
It's sad, really. I mean, he's become such a loner. I'm quite glad he did at least agree to joining the group. Otherwise, I think he'd have just got more and more bitter and even more reclusive.
You're wrong about him joining us, Barbara. This looks like him now.
Evening all.
You're looking very smart tonight, James.
Oh, well, you have to make a bit of an effort, don't you?
12 years and finally the penny drops.
Actually, can't stay long this evening. Got things to do, sorry.
Sounds intriguing.
Oh, no, just routine stuff, really. How are we all?
You feeling all right, James?
Yes. Why do you... No, I told you I shan't be long. A couple of minutes. Miki Nati. Chichanru. Sorry, I really must go in a second.
What the hell was that?
Sorry?
Is there someone else there? Was that your cleaning woman?
Yes, in a way.
Sounded as though she doesn't speak English.
No, she's Thai.
Oh, very exotic. Does she have a name?
Well, her given name is Ratanaporn.
Trust you to employ a woman with porn in her name.
But she prefers to be called Paula.
Probably wise.
How long have you employed her?
Employed? Well, it's not so much employment as...
Slavery? Exploitation?
No, we're married.
Sorry, James, my sound went funny there for a second. I could have sworn you said married.
Yes, I mean, we are.
What? Since when?
Oh, about 8 months ago now. Did I not mention it?
You know damn well you didn't.
Well, I suppose we should all say congratulations, on the assumption that bloody Nora would seem a tad inappropriate in the circumstances.
Yes, well, anyway, as I said, I can't stay long. We're going out to that new restaurant in Queen Street to celebrate Loy Krathong.
What the hell is that?
It's a traditional Thai festival. Haven't the faintest idea what it means, but Paula wanted to mark it in some way. Chifeng me terap. Sorry, got a dash.
Will we see you next month?
Probably not. I don't think it's really the group for me, and Paula and I have plans for the house, and it should take up a lot of my time.
Oh, that's a shame, especially after we lost Rose, and I'm not sure Margaret will be allowed to come back after last time.
Can't be helped. Look, I really do have to go. I'll see you all sometime, no doubt. Bye.
Oh, my actual God. Did that really just happen?
Obviously found the strength to move on then, Barbara.
So it would seem.
I'd never have expected him to have a foreign wife, though.
Probably bought her on eBay.
Well, at least you can't say we haven't all got to know each other a little better through the group, Barbara. Just not perhaps in the way you'd hoped. Oh, hello. Who's this?
Hey, Brian. Hey, Barbara. I'm not sure who that is on the other screen. Dorothy?
Yes, it's me.
Barry?
You were expecting maybe Mark Commode?
No, lovely to see you, Barry. No Sarah this evening?
No, she's otherwise engaged tonight, I'm afraid.
More good works, no doubt.
Could be. It's a long story, but basically the election last month didn't go her way, so she decided we should move away to a different area where they didn't know her and start again.
Oh, so she's out looking at properties then?
No, she's already found one in Ransfield.
Oh, not another member leaving us? So when are you moving?
Well, that's the thing.
What do you mean?
She is I'm not.
You mean?
I like it here. I like the town. I like the close, and I even like you lot.
So how's that going to work, Barry?
Well, clearly it isn't.
So you and Sarah
have split up. Yes.
Yes, we thought you two were rock solid.
I'm not sure I can take too many more surprises this evening.
Oh, it's been an interesting meeting, certainly.
I do hope I haven't put a damper on things.
No, it's just that the group seems to be disintegrating around my ears. What with Rose and then Margaret leaving. James has just told us he won't be joining us anymore.
I'm sorry.
Look, shall we just leave it for a bit? Next month's going to be busy anyway, what with Christmas coming up. Maybe we can get together again sometime in the new year and reassess whether we want to continue.
It's probably best.
Yeah, I agree. We could all do with a break, I think.
All right then, well, I'll be off for now. I think I need a very large drink. See you all soon, I hope.
Well, I'll take my leave as well. Let me know if the group gets together again, won't you? We never talked about my film.
Or maybe we can pick it up again next time.
Yes, all right. Nice to talk to you, Barry. Bye, Brian.
Oh, and get yourself a decent laptop for next time, Dorothy.
Will do. Bye.
Just you and me then, kid.
I feel I've broken up the party.
Oh, to be honest, I think it was already pretty chipped at the edges. Anyway, you okay?
I'm fine. It took a bit of getting used to when Sarah went, but I think I'm holding up. I'll miss the group though.
Well, you might be in a minority there, sunshine.
Look, Brian, I know this is a bit of cheek, but well, I don't have too many male friends, and certainly no one who loves films as much as you obviously do and can talk about them like you do.
Oh, don't be fooled, I'm no expert.
Maybe not, but at least you know what you're talking about.
Well, it's nice of you to say so.
The point is, I was wondering...
What?
Well, whether you and I could maybe get together sometime and watch a movie. Maybe I could cook us a meal.
Yes. Well, that would be great. You do know I'm gay, don't you?
Of course. You do know I'm not.
Well, I don't like to make assumptions, but...
Brilliant. Brian, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful
friendship. Ah, Casablanca.
Now, there's a movie.
I couldn't agree more. Well, here's looking at you, kid. I'll be in touch.
Thanks, Brian. I'll see you soon.
And that's all, folks.